Are you married?
What?
Are you married?
Oh, yeah.
So you be okay if I call your wife a bitch?
Whatever. 6 stone, 3. Yeah, don't hurt me.
Okay, cool. Well, if Kamala Harris a bitch, your wife a bitch. Just keep it across the board.
That's fine. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that.
That's why you want Trump in, because of the racism and the
ain't no
disrespect.
racism. More black people are voting for Trump than anybody.
We sitting here having a conversation about politics. You calling the woman a bitch.
Fact. He got hired, man.
Where's your mom? How long she been dead?
She's still living.
She's still living? She a bitch. So every woman that you connected to is a bitch. Since she a bitch.
Just like you.
Just like I ain't met your people. Just like I ain't met your people. You ain't never met Kamala Harris.
I wouldn't want to, man.
Okay, I wouldn't want to meet your mom. I wouldn't want to meet your mom. Don't come around here being called no black woman, no bitch. You told me that could be my aunt.
Action.
This man's a pastor of a small church, and a man used the word bitch in regards to Kamala Harris, and he was ready to throw his whole life away.
Well, I have 2 black daughters. I have 2 amazing granddaughters. I have sisters. I have women in my church. And I just think that we are going too damn far with this election.
Because the moment I want to intercede on behalf of somebody else, that means that I'm going to put my life on the line for this person. This man never met Kamala Harris a day in his life, and she's running for political office. These are public figures. You know what happens when you on the job and your manager hasn't been that nice to you? You know what you do? You call that person a bitch. You make jokes in the break room. You make jokes when you're on lunch. You talk to your other coworkers about how you despise this person. The leader of the free world is going to get lots of criticism. Any person in a position of power gets a lot of criticism. And so now I'm watching this black man, and I'm looking at the dynamics that he's having between this white man, and he says that he's ready to sacrifice his life because this white man called a woman a bitch. Let's have this conversation.
As you notice at that last part of the conversation, I was saying to myself, man, I'm about to go to jail.
Is calling a woman a bitch racist? So I guess every rapper in the history of America, they must be racist. I guess Tupac is racist. I guess Meg Thee Stallion, she must be racist. I'm at the grocery store to buy some beer and some eggs, and the eggs is $6.39. $6.39 for 12 eggs. And so as I'm standing in line to make my purchase, I have the epiphany. I say, Joe Biden is gone, and oh my goodness, the witch is dead. And I get excited. I say, Donald Trump is the president. Trump 2024. Maybe this inflation will go down. But as I'm standing in line, I hear the 2 cashiers, 2 male cashiers, and both of these men are having a conversation about how they fear Donald Trump. Both of these men, they're talking about, I might get deported. I didn't know that the illegals were able to work at the grocery store, but let's keep the conversation going. As I'm listening to these guys talk about their fear of being deported, there's a man standing in line next to me. Now he wants to talk to me about, oh my gosh, can you believe that Donald Trump is the president? I don't respond. I just smile. He continues on and he says, oh, I'm so afraid of Donald Trump. He says the word fear. A man is talking to another man, and he's talking in terms of fear. And I'm listening to 3 men, and all 3 men are talking about they're afraid of Donald Trump and how they wish that Kamala Harris would have won. And I'm like, hold on. If the cashier at the grocery store is afraid of Donald Trump, if the man standing in line to buy groceries is afraid of Donald Trump, but they want Kamala Harris to be the president, then that tells me that every American man who has a family, a mother, a daughter, if you voted for Kamala Harris and you have women in your life, you should be ashamed of yourself. We got to hold men accountable. We have to hold power accountable. Now, on this journey to be the president,
take a look at what happened.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
Wait.
the bullet came and hit him in his ear, right? It almost blowed off his head, didn't it? Now, for all you people who voted for Kamala Harris, y'all say, that couldn't happen to Kamala. That would never happen to her. Why would anyone do that? The commander-in-chief of the whole United States of America, and you don't think that someone's going to take shots at the president? That office is probably one of the most dangerous positions that you can have in politics, and you want to put this honorable woman, Madam Vice President, in that position because of why? Because you want to see her head get blown off? Now listen here. Historically, this is the reason why we never put women in the combat zones. If you see a young man's body out there mangled, it's no big deal. No one really cares because here's the facts of life. Men go to war, Women have babies. Stop acting crazy, because us as constituents, it's our responsibility to hold power accountable. And so after you vote for a person, you have to tell that person what you want him to do. And if he doesn't do what you want him to do, then you have to have civil disobedience. You have to have civil unrest, so you can say, hey, I asked you to do this very specific thing, and since you're not doing it, I got to make sure that you do it. Everything in politics is negotiating resources. You negotiate resources with some type of force. The force that we use right now is the voter. And so when 100 million people say, I want this done, and that's 100 million people of force. Hey, Donnie, I wanted you to do this very specific thing, and you're not doing this. And now, as he stands in front of 100 million people, he has to make a determination. Hey, I'm going to get this right, or else I'm not going to have this job for very much longer. Either they're going to impeach me, or they're going to physically grab me and throw my ass out of the White House, because this is how the negotiation for power happens in the world historically. When Donald Trump says that he's going to deport you if you're an immigrant, then guess what you got to do? You got to get ready to deal with the National Guard. You got to get ready to deal with Border Patrol. You got to get ready to deal with local police. But if you're a badass and you want to break some laws and come to a nation that ain't your nation without filing the proper paperwork, then ain't that on you? When I break the law, I'm ready to get busy. I'm coming down MLK today, and I see 3 female police officers. As I see these 3 female police officers, all three female police officers are all overweight. I'm like, man, if that was me in that situation, I'm going to be the opposite of Kanye West. I'm going to be singing a song like, guess who's not going to jail tonight, huh? I'm going home for sure. Because they ain't got the physical force to stop me. They can't outrun me. Nigga, I'm gone. Now, when you talk like this, all of a sudden, everybody's like, why would you do that? Because I can. That's the whole thing. Hey, feminism tells women that they can do anything in the whole entire world. And so if feminists live in a truly egalitarian society, then that means that men can do whatever they want to do too. And now if it's a battle of physical force, I'm going to say, hey man, run fast, jump high, touch the sky, because these hoes can't dunk. Dunk on these motherfuckers. Why is Donald Trump the president? Because Kamala Harris was a terrible candidate, and because America doesn't want no woman to be the president of the United States of America. How about that? Every man that's ever been in a room with Kamala Harris was trying to shuck those draws. That changes her psychology, but every man, when you're in the room with another man, you know that you might have to throw those hands, and that changes your psychology. Human beings made a decision that men fight wars. Kamala, go find a way to have a baby. IVF, in vitro, goddamn it, a surrogate or something. But go and put your titty in some baby's mouth so you understand the feeling of being a mother, because you'll never be the president, but you're still the greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.
The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive. The greatest American alive.